welcome to Epic Geek Out, the only show on the internet where if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. I'm your host, Rob.
And I'm your host, Chad, and today we're talking about the new film with Vince Vaughn and Ben Stiller called The Watch.
And on Thursday, we're going to be giving our review of the PC exclusive title, Orcs Must Die 2.
Cool. So as always, check out our Twitter account. Follow us on there, twitter.com/epicgeekout.
You could like us on Facebook, or you could also subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Awesome. We also have a website, www.epicgeekout.com. And that's it, right?
Yeah, let's get into our review of The Watch. So today we will be reviewing The Watch, which re-teams up Ben Stiller and Vince Vaughn, throwing a sprinkling of Jonah Hill, and that's pretty much the main cast of the movie. Billy Crudup, whatever the hell his name is. He has a small little part, but that's pretty much the main actors. Actually, and you'll have to throw his name back there. The other part of The Watch. Yeah. He directed Submarine and wrote that movie, which was pretty good, which is available on Netflix. But anyway, basically, it's the ridiculous storyline of there's this guy super in love with his town, started the running club, Spanish table at his local rec center, and all these things. And basically, he's the manager at a Costco. An employee, a security guard overnight, gets skinned alive in his Costco, so he decides to take matters into his own hands and form the Neighborhood Watch. And it's, you know, you said this before, it's very like Vince Vaughn of like old school, like we mentioned Dodgeball, like that kind of humor where the jokes aren't necessarily written well, but they're given and they're delivered with such.
It's like he can say anything as long as he yells it, and it's funny.
Yeah, and there were some good laughs. So another comedy of this summer, a summer that, you know, I don't think had a big standout comedy yet. So Chad, what did you think?
I don't want to admit that I liked it, but I kind of had fun.
Yeah, and like when we saw the movie, it was getting like 14% on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah. I mean, so our expectations were low.
We did not want to go see it really at all. I really wasn't. The trailers were all right. I mean, they weren't. It didn't really intrigue me, but I had some fun with it. Obviously, you're not going. The plot was all over the place at times, especially towards the end. But you know, you're not going to see it. Yeah, really, it's almost like Ben Stiller and Vince Vaughn just watched like a movie marathon of like Men in Black and
Attack the Block.
Yeah, Attack the Block.
Me of it. Sure. That was definitely more serious than this.
They just watched like a marathon of those movies and like, hey, let's like just act this out and have someone tape it, because that's pretty much what it was. But
yeah, I would love to see what the script was. Yeah. I'm pretty sure the script said, say funny thing here.
Exactly.
And not actually have anything written down.
Yeah, Vince Vaughn was, like, true to form back, like, old school Vince Vaughn. And not old school as in the movie, even though he did, you know, was kind of like that. But he was, like, vintage, like, on 11 the whole time, funny. In recent movies from him, I've grown tired of his humor, but it was kind of back to the, you know, the humor that I liked. I mean, by the end of the movie, it was kind of graining on me a little bit. Yeah. And it was getting a little old. But for that hour and a half or so, you know, I was kind of not expecting much and had some fun. There's fun to be had. Now saying that, it's not a rush out and go see. It's definitely something, you know, you could wait for video, have a night with your friends and see and have a good time. It's definitely worth a rental price. We saw a matinee, so, you know, we didn't pay full price for it, but there's fun to be had, I guess. I mean, I was actually impressed with the effects of the aliens, too. They don't really show a lot of that in the trailers. A little bit, but like when they're actually alive and moving, they're actually, it was decent for what I was expecting from it. So.
And I think originally they were trying to market it as a movie that wasn't even going to bring up aliens. I mean,
but it was
originally called Neighborhood Watch, and which all, you know, the Trayvon Martin thing, they changed it to just The Watch, and then that's when they started airing the commercials with the aliens in it, which I think would have been a funny surprise if they actually had that like under wraps. And
almost like From Dusk Till Dawn type surprise.
Yeah, exactly. But, you know, now you were expecting it.
Right.
And the parts of the movie that I really enjoyed were when there were no aliens.
Right. Like, the first half wasn't a whole lot of aliens. It was almost like Paul Blart Mall Cop in the beginning, where they're just like this random ragtag, like they were not appreciated by the real cops, but they were kind of doing their thing.
Yeah.
And also Jonah Hill, I thought, played a different character than normal, which I thought was funny because he wasn't doing his normal shtick, which was cool too. So.
And so I mean, I enjoyed it. Like, I would have preferred if maybe the movie didn't have aliens at all in it, and it was just kind of like this satire on a neighborhood watch program, and like, you know, just did the jokes like that, because it really did have its funny parts. It was vulgar at times, and but it was like, I mean, I can't say I recommend this movie because it is not a well-made movie, but if you are a fan of Ben Stiller, Jonah Hill, or Vince Vaughn's kind of comedy, then you'll like it. I mean, it was a preposterous plot of, you know, the aliens coming in, but once you get over that, if you can accept that, you know, it's not nearly as bad as Abraham Lincoln turning into a vampire hunter, you know, in like just levels of crazy. So there was absolutely some fun to be had in the movie. Like, I'm thinking about it and I'm smiling, which I think says something for a comedy. It achieved what it wanted to do, but it didn't exceed anything. It exceeded my expectations because they were bottom of the barrel low. I saw some reviews on it and I just wasn't looking forward to it. But yeah, I enjoyed it.
I'm not gonna lie, like, did you feel, I got annoyed by Ben Stiller. Like, there's not one part of the movie that I really liked him in it, and it seems like lately a lot of his movies have been doing that to me. I don't know, like, I think it could have been a better movie without him, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but I think that character, you're supposed to feel annoyed with it. Like, he's an he's this uptight person where, you know, and he didn't want to have drinks, and he kind of, you got away from that a little bit, like, I'd say, before, like, you know, there are portions of the movie. But yes, I completely see what you mean. I mean, but he's playing, like, you know, the straight man to Vince Vaughn's crazy eccentric guy, and Jonah Hill's eccentric guy, and then the other dude. So, like, it's kind of his role for that. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I hate to say, hey, I admit I like this movie, but it was kind of fun, and, you know, we had a good time. And our theater wasn't packed, so there's this creepy guy doing awkward laughs. Yeah. Like, on the
shit!
Awkward stuff. But I think, like, in a full theater
by himself,
if people were, he was in a full theater with people like cracking up, it could have been even more fun. I mean,
and parents, again, this is my plea to any parent watching this: stop taking your kids to see R-rated comedies. It could not be comfortable. I mean, there is a scene at an orgy. They drop the F-bomb, the C word a lot in this. Like, not a lot, but like still. It makes me uncomfortable, like, that these parents are taking kids to see this movie, or any movie along this lines. But it was an enjoyable experience.
So I'd say critically not, like, the best made movie ever, but there's fun to be had.
Not close.
No.
Like,
there's fun to be had, and I would say don't go seek it out if you were otherwise not going to see it, but if you happen to be...
I would say go to a matinee if you're, at this point, if you're watching this, like, sometime... like, you know, recently, and there's no other comedies really out to see, so I would recommend it on just a comedy level. Like, if you are the person that can just
seek that out,
you just want to go enjoy a movie and have a couple laughs, and that's what you're looking for, I would say seek it out. But I mean,
cool. I mean, definitely better than we expected, which is
100%.
Always good. So if you have low expectations, that's a good thing nowadays. So that was
now, anyone who's going to go see it,
that's
after
true.
us telling them it's good, they're going to be like, oh, this is shit. They have no idea what they're talking about.
That's why I don't want to lose our cred by saying we liked it. But there's fun to be had. So if you like Vince Vaughn, you like Ben Stiller, you like Jonah Hill, you'll probably like it. So check it out. The Watch.
So it's that time of the episode where we like to give our thanks. So, Mr. Chad, what are you thankful for today?
I'm going to give a shout out to another website that I get a lot of websites, so I like to share them with you guys because there's some cool stuff out there. Massively.com. It's a site all about MMOs, and if you watched our review last week, you saw that I'm looking forward to Guild Wars 2, which is coming out next month. But it's basically just a blog that talks all news MMOs. Reason why I wanted to point that out is because there is an MMO that came out, I think, a month ago, because I think that this coming weekend, when you're watching this on Tuesday, so this weekend, it's called The Secret World is the MMO, and it's It's supposed to be pretty good. I haven't played it yet, but it's going to be free for everyone this weekend to play. So check it out if you guys are into MMOs. It's a little bit different. It takes place kind of in the modern world. You can be like the Illuminati, that like you could be one of those factions. So it's kind of the Templars. And there's one other one, but it's pretty cool. So I don't know.
Scientologists.
No, there's one. I forget the other one's like a Japanese type group, I think. So I thought that'd be funny. But yeah, it's free to play this weekend, so check it out. Maybe you'll enjoy it. But if you want any more news on MMOs, if you're into that, massively.com. So check that out.
And I'm going to go a little old school. It's actually something that I haven't played in a long time, but it's a game that in college we had some great fun times at. Shout out to my friend Tom and I are actually legends at the game. We unlocked the unlockable of playing all the songs of the entire Rock Band from start to finish. I wanted to kill myself. It was one of the most unenjoyable experiences, and you just got this little ring, but I got the achievement points for it. Literally, we went out to see other friends after it, and I was like, my eyes were completely bloodshot. We paused the game in the middle.
Band, right?
Yeah, I would like to give my thanks to Rock Band, even though I'm kind of dissing it right now.
Was it 2 or was it?
I forget which one it was. We had to take a break and go to the living room and shut off the lights. Like, it was very unenjoyable, and then I thought we were going to lose at the end. Whatever.
Oh, man.
But besides that, we had some great times in college playing Rock Band. It lends itself to a group game. So, first off, setup, always a difficult and annoying thing. But, you know, it's a shame. I think that whole genre of game is pretty much hitting the wayside. Yeah. So rest in peace, Rock Band. Chad, this is your mission to put up a cool graphic to that.
Nice.
A tombstone over it. But yeah, thanks for the good times we had.
Nice. So we'll be back Thursday with our review of Orcs Must Die 2, the PC game that just came out. But thanks for watching this episode. We'll see you on Thursday.